What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Street Champs. Y'all already know the vibes. We are back here to listen and watch Cashual Chuck's docu-series on SB19. We got the gang. The Wednesday crew. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. Let's start over here with Kat.
Hello, I'm Kat.
Hey,
Kat.
she's Kat. I'm Too Fly. Hello.
I am Go Susie.
Hey, I'm Shay Mary Wilson.
Yeah.
Don Cheetah Quiet Slight starting Wednesday.
Boom. And behind the cam, you know we got Vince.
Hey, I'm Vince. I'm always here.
Y'all already know the vibes.
Vibing.
Oh, I gotta bring up the chat so they can watch with us. In the meantime, guys, what are you guys expecting from this documentary?
Well, I know we've talked about it before, and me just becoming a new fan of SB19, this is something I look forward to because when you become a fan of a group or artist, you kind of want to know their history. You want to know how they came to where they are now. So I'm excited.
I agree.
Origin story.
I'm interested in learning more about them because I feel like I know a pretty good amount just because of the chat and like everybody educating us on these guys. But I would love to know more because I know there's this, and then I also want to watch the Netflix one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They're cool guys. I love them. They're silly, goofy guys. They're just guys being dudes.
They have one on Netflix too.
Yeah.
It's like a tour documentary.
What's it called?
Something with a P. I forget what it is. Pag.
Is it Pagdillar? No.
Something like that. But I ain't gonna lie, I did start watching this because I was cleaning the other day and I just threw it on. So I was like listening to it. I wasn't really watching it. So I did like.
What a cheater.
I did. It just came on because I follow Cashual Chuck, and so I only got like 30 minutes into it, but it was really good from what I was. No, it was only I only got to the beginning. There's like chapters. I only got to like the beginning of the second chapter. It's very well done so far. Like it breaks down really nicely, like from like their eras and like how they start and kind of their progression. So. And
with Shay, I mean, you just found out about SB19 today, so this is gonna be something new for you. You're probably gonna go home, start downloading all their music, creating some playlists, get an SB19 T-shirt.
Shay's a huge fan now.
Shooting a little Brett in her hair, SB19 Brett.
Hell yeah.
Chat's turning up too. We got hella people in here.
Let's go. They ready.
What up, 18?
They've been waiting for it. Throw them ones up if you're here.
Where can you see that at?
Hell yeah, Pagatag. Pagatag.
Where can you see that?
See what?
So, well, that's what their fans are called, 18.
Oh.
Like their squad, their fandom is called 18.
I thought there was 18 people watching.
What do you think,
there's like
Susie?
closer to 100.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I don't know if Susie's ready.
What?
Are you ready?
I was born ready, dude.
Born ready.
Yeah.
Let me get a roar. Louder.
I'm working on my roar.
All right, guys, let's start it out.
Let's go.
When
Cashual
you hear the words
Chuck.
pop music and the best boy band,
Came in
who
right
comes
away.
to mind?
Shit. It's a lot.
What if I told you that the most overlooked boy group in our generation might be these guys?
They're hella young.
In the last 6 years, these guys turned a small Korean entertainment company into a company that produced the greatest P-pop group ever.
Are you proud of SB19?
And you don't accomplish that without making a few enemies.
K-pop. Lima pala sila. K-pop pangit.
Some of them coming from unexpected places.
Yun yung iba daw.
But behind the group are 5 driven men who were about to transform what was once a laughingstock genre in music into the fastest growing genre of the world.
Ever since we had this goal, and not just for us, but for the entire industry.
Feeling ko hindi pa natin nakukuha yung recognition na dapat para sa atin.
Between disbanding before they even debuted,
All hope is lost parang nung time na yun.
becoming industry outcasts and getting bashed by their own countrymen.
Sana magkaroon tayo ng grupo na hindi naman mga kataasan ng tango sa ilong. Para talagang original.
Haters gonna hate, bro.
The rise of SB19 may not be the greatest Filipino success story ever.
Maganda kasi yung revenge kasi talaga yung success na ipapakita mo sa mga hindi naniniwala.
But it certainly is the most inspiring one.
Okay. Young Ken.
Wow.
Soundbreak.
Could we pause it for just 1 second? I just want to say, shout out to Cashual Chuck. This is already very intriguing, and I don't know, he just really just brought me into it. I'm very, very excited about this. This guy knows what he's doing. I don't know. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, I think for a lot of artists, the beginning of their career is always the toughest because you're going to get all this hate and all this, controversy surrounding whether you look the part or, whether you're good enough or whatever your sexuality might be. I mean, all these things come up in the media and, in shows and whatnot. But, I mean, they've proven themselves worthy, and I think people are starting to learn about who SB19 is, and I'm one of them.
All right. Yep. Let's get back into it.
18.
Soundbreak.
This is called Triple, a group of talented performers and comedians from Korea you've probably never heard of. They were formed back in 1994 when the word K-pop hasn't even been invented. In 2002, one of the members made the biggest mistake of his life, which will change the entire course of P-pop history. That member was Jong Song Han. It all started when he left the trio in 2002 to become an entrepreneur. Cult Triple became Cult 2. Most of their fans thought that Songhan's decision was a huge mistake because the remaining members started racking up different awards in the entertainment industry. If he only stuck around, he would have gotten those awards too. But this man's decision was final. He used all of his savings to build an event organizing company called ShowBT Entertainment. Today we know him as Tatang Robin. Fast forward to 2015. The fight of the century just happened. One Direction's Drag Me Down was all over the radio, and Big Bang was the biggest K-pop boy group, while P-pop has top one project. Chances are, you have never heard of them. But somewhere in Makati, Philippines, an audition was held. Tatang Robin was looking for young talents who would be part of the package of their service as an event organizers.
How's that? When was this again? 2020?
2002.
When he started that. Oh, okay, cool. So 10 years ago.
It's interesting that it goes all the way back to a K-pop group that started in the 90s.
Before K-pop
His
was a
group.
thing.
They were comedians. They were comedians. They weren't even like a group.
No shit.
There was
like a
like
parody
Lonely
act,
Island,
like
yeah.
a parody act.
But he's a professional Korean coach. Interesting. I don't know. I would have never expected.
I don't think he's the coach. I think he's providing the coaching for them. He's like paying the coach.
Trained by a coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got them together.
Okay. Interesting.
Let us know if who's right, guys. I don't know.
Was held. Tatang Robin was looking for young talents who would be part of the package of their service as an event organizers. Talents who can perform on their own but can also serve as backup dancers and singers to their main performers. One of the main attractions of the SATA audition was if you're good enough, you might just debut as a member of ShowBT's first ever P-pop group to undergo a Korean-style training. Filipinos don't get opportunities like that so often, so hundreds of talents applied, but only 30 made it as trainees. They were initially called the ShowBT Musical Gala Team, but then later dubbed as Nara, which in Korean means country and also happens to be the national tree of the Philippines.
Okay.
If you're a fan who is deep into the P-pop scene, you would recognize some of the future P-pop stars, but one of the most notable ones is this guy. On the first day of training, one guy stood out because he was just alone standing awkwardly in the corner.
Nung una, ang weird niya po, nagsasalita mag-isa.
He was facing the wall and making hand gestures as if he was rapping in front of it.
Nakatayo siya sa gilid, biglang gaganon. Sabi ko, anong ginagawa na? Nagre-ritual ba ta sa gilid?
That guy was John Paulo Nasser. He always wanted to be a performer. As a young dreamer, he joined several competitions as a soloist and also as a member of the K-pop dance cover group called PHP. In training, he was the guy who shows up early and leaves late despite juggling a full-time job as a data analyst to help provide for his family. He was selected due to his undeniable diligence and leadership qualities. He is known to have critically acclaimed songwriting ability. Some of my sources even said that he had already written dozens of songs at this time. He's also a badass rapper and was often called a genius, but consistently denied it because he claimed to be just a hard worker.
So humble.
This made him the destined leader of the group. He was known as Sejin at the time, but later would be known as Pablo.
Pablo means Paul.
I didn't know that he had a different name.
Are a lot of trainees.
Sejun.
I thought that his name was. This just shows how much I don't fucking know. That's crazy.
John Paul. I mean, John Paul's actually a pretty common name for Filipino cats because I probably had like 4 or 5 homies named JP or John Paul that I grew up with. JP. Pablo. Juan Pablo.
30 trainees are a lot of trainees. It would take a very observant person with an eye for talent to notice Pablo in that corner. So who was that observant person with an eye for talent? Well, he was also a trainee. Stelvester.
Stelvester! No!
He was only a kid when he started competing as a performer. As a dancer, he racked up win after win on a national level with his school crew and became their official choreographer, teaching crewmates 2 to 3 years older than him. He later joined a dance crew called Seon and went on to win international titles. Stel obviously worked so hard. Amidst his studies and competitions, he also worked part-time as a McDonald's service crew and teaching dance to kids with special needs. There was a point that he worked too hard that he wound up in the hospital.
Damn.
His poor health caused him to lose his earnings and nearly his life.
That's insane.
Fortunately, he was able to recover. This made him the obvious choice to become the choreographer of the group. But little did they know that dancing wasn't his only talent. As a kid, he joined the school choir to become the only male soprano and only improved as he gotten older. He easily became the main heavenly voice of the group because his vocals were just
I could hear his church roots.
Out of this world.
Yeah.
Unlike Pablo, Stel was very friendly to everyone. In fact, one of his closest friends also auditioned and made it as a trainee.
Justin.
This friend is nothing to be trifled with because having the worst upbringing among the others made him the strongest when it comes down to pure guts and determination. Josh Cullen Santos.
Yo, shout out all 200 of y'all watching right now.
Yo, that's crazy.
His decision.
18
From
and a
growing
half.
up in a toxic environment to being physically abused as a kid by their nanny. I'm talking about getting poured candle wax all over their body.
Wow.
At an early age, he experienced what it felt like to be a member of a middle-class family that went rock bottom in just a matter of months. They got evicted from medium-sized apartments to increasingly smaller rooms. It came to a point when his family had nothing to eat with rice but ketchup and salt. They had no permanent address. Because of that, Josh and his sister dropped out of school multiple times.
Give it a pause
so
right there.
bullied.
It's crazy how, Josh went through the hardest times because you wouldn't expect that from him because of his presence, the way he presents himself is... It's insane because something like that, not only will it humble you, but it makes you more hungry to do better. Coming from nothing but rice and ketchup is insane because me growing up as a kid, I literally had that meal because there was nothing to eat at my house. I had one of my dad's friends babysitting us who was from Hawaii, and he made us rice, and we didn't have soy sauce, which I usually use. Homie busted out the ketchup and was like, try it. And I tried it, and I honestly didn't like it. But to me, it was like, man, who even eats this? Like, we're so spoiled sometimes, we don't realize how good we have it until you see somebody who's now a superstar, having to go through that. And that was all they had in a small, tiny apartment, which is probably way shadier than where I grew up at. But still, I felt like, oh, I was too good to eat that shit. Like, oh, man, like, what the fuck is this? That's insane. I respect that from Josh, and I have much more respect for him now.
Yeah, that was me last month.
Ketchup and rice? No way. Legit?
Yeah, man, I was struggling. I'm back though. There were some days, you know.
We on the up and up.
Yeah.
But that's and also him. I'm sure, like, hopefully, he had people to help him out. Like, a lot of y'all. Deryk came and brought me some food on Thanksgiving. You've been all my homies been helping me out.
We got some groceries and shit.
This past month after like being, unemployed, not really unemployed, but not working, not having income for a while, and just not having a car. The struggle is real, and eating is important. You got to eat to be a human. It's one of those things.
Health is wealth, dude, for sure.
Yeah, rice and ketchup's crazy though. Shout out Tony Kalua, because the way he tried to justify it was like it tastes like spaghetti. And I was like, what?
It's still good, man.
Rice and ketchup.
Actually, I didn't have ketchup. I ain't gonna lie. It was just rice.
It's definitely one
but I
of
did have some soy sauce packets.
those things where you look at it, and I can see why, Filipinos and like their fans are so proud of them and so like, I don't know, just like prideful of these guys, because I feel like this is just like, I don't know, they are already just like out of this world amazing, but like to know like where they came from and to overcome so many obstacles and become one of like the best P-pop groups and one of the like coolest bands ever, like, I don't know, much respect.
They've come a long way.
I'm gonna check out the documentary on Netflix too. The
For
Pack
sure.
Attack.
To eat with rice, but ketchup and salt. They had no permanent address.
Yep.
Because of that, Josh and his sister dropped out of school multiple times, so he got bullied at school for being repeaters. Sometimes he would even get into fist fights for defending her. Josh had enough of this, so he decided to leave to become independent and started working as an internet cafe attendant. Using his own income, he took the alternative learning system to attain his high school degree. He initially had no background in performing. Not until he found Stel performing with his dance group called Seyon. Josh became an instant fan, and when they connected, Stel became his mentor, which led to them becoming co-members, and they went on to win numerous K-pop dance cover competitions all over Asia. They even met BTS during one of their winning runs in Korea.
Wow.
So from champions to trainees, what else is in store for them?
BTS stand for behind the scenes.
No.
That's what I thought.
Bangtan Boys, I mean. Bangtan Boys, food.
From then on, their lives became all about performing in small events and training.
We had one mentor when we were training. Tapos, more on personality development siya. Tapos, presenting ourselves on stage.
We had no idea that the Korean-style training they went through
It's far, far from what they've been doing sa Korea.
was nothing but a mere marketing strategy.
But yung skill-wise, parang ganun. We were left on our own.
The ups and downs.
They
It
were left
is.
alone to fend for themselves, sharing knowledge to improve each other with the hope of making the cut.
Shout out all 300 of y'all watching.
Some sources told me
Right
that
on.
Pablo
Shout
had to
out
record
Marvel
some of
and
their vocal
Baldano.
sessions to effectively coach his
Thank you.
trainees. All of that without salary. This went on for roughly a couple of years, and I don't know about you guys, but this for me sounded kind of brutal. It's not easy to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again without any form of guidance. They were also kept in the dark about their debut date. So frustration started brewing until it reached the point when it only took one trigger to call it quits. On one seemingly normal training day, all trainees were already in the studio, except for Josh. On the same morning, the train broke down.
Nasira MRT during that time.
Kidding, one thing is another.
Sinuspindi ang operasyon ng MRT dahil sa power outage.
It wasn't really an accident, but this would still worry anyone, especially the trainees, because it's highly unusual for Josh to miss training.
Thank you,
Later that
Marvelin.
morning, Josh arrived. His co-trainees felt relieved because Josh turned out to be safe. You would think that their company would react the same way, right? Wrong. They decided to terminate his training.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Tinanggal ako.
That was the trigger.
Nung tinanggal po ako, nag-quit din yung mga grupo ko. Nag-quit din sila kasi parang naging trigger na point na.
Loyalty.
Kung tatanggalin mo si Josh,
Umalis kami sa grupo.
ganun mo lang kadali itapon yung lahat ng efforts and passion.
Will you pause it?
Wow.
That is so fucking sick that like if they fired him, that everybody was like, yeah, fuck you guys, we're walking out with him because that's our boy.
You think that?
Package deal.
What?
I think that.
Well, you would think in most cases people wouldn't do that.
No, wait, no. That's not what happens here. Wait.
Oh, fuck. You know something we don't know.
Oh, shit.
He's watched this.
Uh-oh.
I'm scared.
Thank you, Gigi, for the love.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
That's our boy. GG of the night.
Yeah, where's everyone watching from? What's the coolest? Well, I guess all the
I saw
cities are pretty
somebody
cool.
from Qatar. That's crazy.
Yeah, we saw Qatar.
Portland, Maine, out there right now.
Fucking all around.
Is
How cool.
Qatar in Africa?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought Middle East.
No, Qatar is it's
like
over
Middle
by
East.
the UAE. It's by like
That's
Dubai.
by
Oh, the Emirates?
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
That's the
Excuse
Middle
my
East,
ignorance. All right, let's keep
We are bad at geography. It's okay.
Ganun mo lang kadali itapon yung lahat
shit.
ng efforts and passion tsaka
Poor
dreams.
Josh.
Show BT had two choices: to keep all trainees or to keep no trainees.
Hire
The
him back.
company chose the latter. Everyone left except for Stel.
Parang si Stel lang yung naiwan ko nun talaga sa training room. Tapos talagang down na down lahat.
Si Stel natira kasi doon during that time.
Stel set aside all his frustration and remained focused on his goal, while Pablo was devastated.
All hope is lost parang nung time na yun.
In Josh's case, we can only imagine the pain he must have felt to
That
have
was
been
his
booted
boy.
out of his dreams.
That was like his ace boom
Days
coon.
passed. Everyone's still feeling down about that incident. Then Pablo's phone receives a message.
Brother, balik ka na, brother.
It was Josh.
Thank you, Ann, in Hawaii.
Out of all the
Much
trainees,
love, Ann.
the guy that got sent packing was the same guy who actively convinced everyone to continue chasing their dreams.
Wow.
Perhaps this was the sheer guts and determination from his life experiences in full display. Pablo hurried back to the studio to find Stel. Alone.
Wow.
But not for long. Josh came back next and took the initiative to convince the company to have them back.
Pumunta lang po ako doon at syempre kung kinakailangan na makiusap.
So back to training, they went.
Hindi na lang magkahiwalay yung grupo, pero bumalik
give
sila
up.
kasi hindi nila ako inuwan.
Thank you, Liz, in the chat.
There was only
I was
three
gonna
of
say
them
thank you,
for
Margaret,
a
as
while.
well.
Then a few other trainees started coming
Singapore.
back. So Show BT put together a talent workshop to get more talents to keep the business going. This was batch 1. This was batch 2.
Target locked.
Justin De Dios.
Uh-oh.
He got scouted right away because he was a very good-looking guy and already was a decent
Let's
singer
go.
and dancer. When he joined, he immediately saw a familiar face in Josh.
You look familiar. As do you.
Apparently, Josh told Justin about the workshop because the two already had a stint performing together in a dance cover group called Zero to Hero. So Justin as well wasn't new in the world of performing. He auditioned to be a part of the televised Pinoy boy band Superstar, but he didn't even make it to the live auditions.
Damn.
Perhaps it was fate. That group is nowhere to be found today. Justin obviously deserved better. He went on to finish his college degree in multimedia arts while training, which earned him a filmmaking skill that would prove very crucial to their success in the future.
That's dope.
With Justin on board, this completed their prototype boy group.
What about Ken?
It's
My boy
composed of
Ken.
Justin, Pablo, Stel, Josh, Zeno, Kurt, and JP.
John Paul.
Who the fuck is Zeno?
Right? See, and I think knowing that they were all the first ones in the group and Ken came in last, that just makes so much sense to me because he added that element that they needed. Because they were all pretty similar, you know, Pablo style, Justin, Josh. They all have like similar styles to where Ken was something I want to see. Do they talk about Ken up?
They better.
Composed of Justin, Pablo, Stel, Josh, Zeno, Kurt, and JP. They did multiple test runs leading up to their entry to Pinoy K-pop Star 2017. They performed B-Day by Icon in an epic fashion, but they didn't win. At this point, Show BT seemed to have hit a roadblock. The group felt like something was missing. I don't exactly know what happened to Zeno, Kurt, and JP. They either quit or Show BT felt the need to let go of them and get someone who could take this already great group of guys and push them to achieve the next level. The extraordinary level. This year's in the making project of Show BT needed to reach its peak. So they started the online auditions. When Josh heard about it, he was like, I know a guy. Meow.
Josh came through.
Dude, Josh has been coming through.
The guy he was talking about was
Robot
a pain in
Meow
his
don't know
butt
nothing
because
about that
their
shit.
groups had clashed multiple times in their early dance competitions and their battles were always neck and
Oh my
neck.
god, frenemies.
That guy's name was Philip John Suson. He was such a specimen. He was so naturally gifted that excelling in sports looked like a walk in the park for him. He grew up in the church under the care of his grandparents.
Crazy, so
He
did
was an
I.
artistic kid, so he was active as an editorial cartoonist in school. Nobody taught him how to play musical instruments. He taught himself by just listening to the music, so he ended up becoming a southpaw guitarist, but he later then fixed it as he learned more.
Wow.
He was also a gifted singer as a kid. Every time there was a family gathering, he was always forced to sing karaoke by his relatives. But when he hit puberty, he lost confidence in his voice because he could no longer hit high notes. But his
What?
confidence came back after being mentored by Pablo, who taught him how to harness his unique low voice that seemingly sounds like it came from the underworld.
Yeah. Hey.
When it comes to dance, he didn't know he could do it until he was forced to in order to get good grades during their
Look at him in the
school
back right there. He's,
intramurals.
he's trying to dance.
He transformed from a guy who didn't know it to someone who can fly.
Oh, shit.
Because of his raw talent, he ended up teaching dance to the entire school and continued on to join the dance group called Amigo 7.
Determined.
A would-be rival of Josh and Stel's crew, Seyon. It quickly became a reverse if you can't beat them, then join them kind of deal. So Josh
Dub Nation.
recruited Ken. But there was a problem. He was hundreds of islands away and didn't have the money. What did Josh do? He shelled out for his plane ticket. With nothing else to lose, Philip went and left his previous life in the countryside. He then trained with the boys and officially debuted with them as Ken, the main dancer, the bass vocalist, and the lead rapper of the group.
Gangster.
One thing to note is that they were an unlikely bunch because they wouldn't have met each other if Tatang Robin stayed with his already successful group in Korea. Justin didn't make it in his first audition, so he almost didn't try again until Josh told him to do so. And Ken wouldn't even have the opportunity to join if the Show BT trainees didn't come back after that quitting incident.
Will you pause?
And that
Pausing it.
Wow. Okay. That was so much information. I can't believe Ken and Josh were like rivals. That's
Different bands.
I had no idea.
Dance rivals.
dance rivals, frenemies.
Yeah,
And then he was like,
basically.
"Well, I don't like you, but you're really good." So, and he was like, "Well, I don't have any money." And Josh was like, "Fuck you, I got money."
It's like they said though, you can't beat them, join them.
Oh man, that's crazy. And it really is. I wanted to say this, like, really just like a domino effect of like the butterfly effect. I don't know. It's like it all started way before, when this guy just so happened to drop out of the group that he was in to pursue something else. And as fucked up as that was, that, you know, a company or whatever, like, they wouldn't have been able to meet each other and come together like that. That's
I always thought the group centralized mostly around Pablo, but it's interesting to see how Josh is kind of the one who brought them all together.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It was a whole group effort, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Like, I can't believe all the...
Yeah, the same goal.
Yeah, like, just, like, what they all went through, and, like, and how they just got dissed in, like, in their own way, and, like, even though you may fail and you may get turned away, like, that's, you're still, like, you just have to wait for your chance, and, like, just keep at it, and the more you thrive. Like you will achieve your dreams, and like anybody could do that. And it's not like I said earlier, it's not easy to do that, and like to come together as a group. Like that's some pretty serious shit. And they all have their own story, and they all like turn that pain into something powerful and to express themselves. That's beautiful.
Yeah, appreciate everybody in the chat right now too, man. Much
Dude,
love to y'all.
Chris said, "Come to the Philippines." Like we haven't.
Let's go.
Been wanting to go this whole time. We're gonna go eventually.
We're going to go there.
Someone in the chat told me, I forget who it was. They said you could actually rent a house for around $500 a month instead of buying a hotel room. It'd be more like
we're staying
I'm
for
going
a
to
month.
for 2
month?
weeks in the summer.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
I wanted to either go to Bali, Thailand, or the Philippines, or maybe try to do 2.
Bali would be
That's
dope.
awesome.
Yeah.
I have a homie.
Indonesia.
Yeah, it's from
I
Bali.
have a friend who's in the Philippines.
I want to go to the Philippines
Yeah,
real bad, and I want to go to all the islands.
Let's do
and
it. I got a friend out there.
just like I don't know, see everything. It's such a beautiful country. Like I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah, let's get into the last couple minutes of this, and
this-
then final thoughts.
Show BT
Well, I
trainees
just wanted to
didn't
say
come
that
back.
going back to like Josh flying Philippe out, because like that's kind of one thing too, like that's inspiring about this in my opinion, is that like, you know, the Philippines is like over 7,000 islands, and so like a lot of them were probably very isolated. You know, it's not like, you know, here in the States where you can just drive across the country. Like these are people who lived essentially worlds away, you know what I mean, entirely different islands, isolated.
Different cultures.
And so like, yeah, like all the, like you said, all the dominoes, all the factors and variables that had to come into play for them to all get together is really inspiring and amazing in this story. Like that's really cool, because, you know, like, man, it's like you ain't just right down the road. Like these guys are islands away. Like you can't just, you know, drive down the
obviously it
street
ain't
and
easy either,
go to the
because
dance studio. Like
apparently
you had to
we're-
get on a ship or a plane.
Yeah, wherever Philippe was from, I mean, I'm sure he didn't have a lot of money to where Josh had to fork up the dough for him to get to them. You know
Yeah, and like I said, it's not like you can say like, I'm gonna go pick you up. I'm gonna just drive there. Like, no, you have
and
to like
Josh-
fly
it's an
there.
investment right there.
Josh isn't rich or anything,
Right.
but like he probably didn't have a lot of money, and he did it anyways because he believed in them together, you know.
Yeah, even though he was like a rival in the dance days, he's like, you know, like the devil you know kind of type.
They
Type
said they weren't making any money yet either.
Yeah.
It's an investment. I mean, you really don't. It takes multiple years before you actually start making decent income from your
You
from
gotta
your craft.
spend money to make money too.
Yeah, and I
Like,
think Josh knew he was investing in Philippe to
Mhm.
come out there to be part of the group, because he could see and visualize. He had like a premonition of what they could be. So we'll get through rest through this episode 1, and we'll check out episode 2 next time. But let's check it out. Let's see
And
what-
I got one quick side thing.
Yeah.
Guys, I interviewed Cashual Chuck like a few weeks ago, and one of the things that really stuck with me, what he said was his last job, his most recent job, he was working in an internet like cafe, and he was making $4 a day working 12-hour shifts. Wow. And that shit just like was
Wait, how much a
mind-blowing.
day?
$4 a day working 12-hour shifts.
$4 a day?
Yeah.
12-hour
And this was like 7 years
Bro,
ago.
that's like
not that long
25
ago.
cents an hour.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking crazy.
Wow.
Now he's God works in mysterious ways. Now he's blessed with his YouTube
right
channel.
on Cashual Chuck, man.
Right,
Big
yo.
W.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you.
guys. I mean, obviously, you guys know Cashual Chuck. You've probably seen this, but if you haven't subscribed to him, definitely go do that. Because I really am enjoying his
We'll break
the way
down.
that he's making this documentary, and it's very it really sucks you in. I don't know.
It's genuine.
Yeah.
Compelling.
Yeah, it's
Very compelling.
very well done. It's like informative, but it's not like too much. Like, and it's like it hits on what you need to know. Like everything like is, you know, very well curated.
I know I'm over here locked in, just like in a zone and shit. I'm like, oh shit, we're still streaming. Goddamn.
All right.
Back after that quitting incident.
Show BT.
Go back a little bit.
Almost didn't try again until Josh told him to do so. And Ken wouldn't even have the opportunity to join if the Show BT trainees didn't come back after that quitting incident. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the butterfly effect. When a small and seemingly
I literally just said that.
has a rippling effect through time, leading to a consequential
Shay, they wanna know
event
what you think.
sometime long after the initial event. or as Google would put it, the phenomenon whereby a minute localized change in a complex system can have large effects elsewhere. Tatang Robin's so-called mistake back in 2002 led to forming the future P-pop Kings. In 2018, SB19 was formed. The name of the group was carefully picked. The number 19 is the sum of Korea and the Philippines country code digits, 82 and 63. So 8 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 is 19.
That's deep.
If you subtract both numbers, you also get the same result.
Oh shit.
SB doesn't only mean show BT. It is also about their ultimate goal for Pinoy sound to break into the music industry, which is fearlessly represented by this phrase: Soundbreak.
Casual Chuck, good shit. That's the way you do an intro. Compelling. It's straight to the point. It's genuine. It's honest, and kind of gives us a look into what we didn't know. What do you think, Susie? You're an SB19 fan, right? You're
Yeah.
18er.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Who's your bias, by the way?
I would say Pablo for sure.
Okay.
Pablo, deadass. Like in my opinion, I don't know. His energy, I just feel like I connect with him more. I mean, they're all talented in their own way, but Pablo definitely is my boy for sure. And just like I said, everything that they went through, that's hard to fucking process, and to also to train and to like to be in a group, like, and just to communicate, bro, and just to like, so everybody's on page, and like they like there were so many roadblocks and they still just push fucking through. Like that was really inspiring.
It's passion.
And like that, I needed like this today, honestly. So
It's motivating.
yeah,
Ain't
it definitely is motivating for sure. And just all of their, yeah, it's wow.
Kind of goes back to how I was saying, we're so spoiled. You know what I mean? Like they literally had nothing. They put every effort into creating this, and it took years. And,
right, it's not just an overnight thing. Like it takes time, and like, and you have to really be driven, and like to don't give up. And it's not gonna, and like I said earlier, just pick your path, and no matter what you pick, it's not gonna be fucking easy. No matter what it is, it's not. So just pick your passion and be true to yourself, and just be true to yourself, and don't fucking
And Shay, I know you're a big Drizzy fan. You got the Drizzy tattoo.
Hell yeah.
Right? Got the all the albums, download, know all the words. Would you do a Drizzy docu-series, or would you want to see one?
No.
Well, just finding out.
He talks about his life enough in his songs. We don't need a docu-series.
Do you know the lore? You know his origin story already? Or
I think everyone does. He had a white mom, and his dad abandoned him to be in Tennessee or something.
Oh,
he was in
Canada. Was it Tennessee?
I think it was Tennessee.
Damn.
Yeah. Or something like
Maybe
that.
Texas, probably Tennessee.
Yeah.
Deryk's also a huge Drizzy fan. I know you guys have that in common. Your number one artist. But just discovering SB19 today and watching this little intro to their life, what do you think? Like, how do you feel about their effort and determination?
There's a lot that goes into, well, they kept saying P-pop, so this isn't K-pop.
Filipino
oh,
pop.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I didn't know what that one stood for. Yeah, there's a lot of history and stories behind these groups. And it's the first time that I'm learning about these groups, so thank y'all for introducing me to these artists that have been playing today. I don't know if they're all P-pop, but I guess all of the artists.
Well, as you discover more, you'll see they do rap, they do R&B, they do pop. They're multifaceted, is like every genre. You know what I mean? So check them out. Definitely look up more of their music. Chat, if you got any recommendations for Shay, let her know.
I think they have a song called Pagdale.
Okay.
It's very R&B.
Okay.
And I don't know.
Gento.
That was like one of the first ones that I heard by them. I don't think it was the very first, but I think it was the second song that I heard by them. And the first time I saw them, I think it was like live, and I was like, okay, that's pretty sick. But like, I don't know, Pagdale is really good.
You saw them live?
No.
Just hear like a live performance video.
Okay.
One day.
I know Deryk's favorite song is Time, huh, Deryk?
Oh, I love that song. Yeah, great song.
Well, that's what's interesting, like, because when you talk about P-pop, K-pop, and like J-pop, I think that like it's almost like not even accurate to qualify it as pop, because like I think that's the umbrella, but like when you look at it, when you really dig deep into it, like K-pop, P-pop, all these, like they're so more like there's like all these sub genres into it, you know. Like if you look at most of these groups like SB19, like they're classified as P-pop, but they have songs that are like, you know, like alt rock sounding. They have songs that are like real pop sounding, mainstream. They have like hip hop songs. So like I think compared to like American music, especially like when you talk about like American pop, that's just pop. You won't hear like a pop group that's like rapping, singing, doing rock stuff, you know, even some that's like borderline country. Like they have all these like, you know, you can't really put them in a box. Like I think we talk about this every week when we listen to SB19, how like diverse they are, like musically, sonically, like their genres, like, you know, it's qualified as P-pop, but like you can't even like just distinctly say, oh, this is pop, because they touch on so many styles and genres in their music. And that's, I think for me, and probably for like many of our 18 in the chat, shout out to everybody in the chat right now and watching, but like I think that's one of their biggest appeals, is just like how just broad they are, like how much talent they have, and like how many just genres they walk across like effortlessly. And like that's just one of the things I find most inspiring and most alluring about them as a group.
Alluring. Is that the word of the day?
Alluring.
Do you have like a favorite person out of the people that you've seen? Because there's a thing, it's called a bias, and that's like, oh, like, that's my favorite guy, or that's my favorite girl in this girl group. Is my
Like,
favorite guy.
the last guy they mentioned, Ken or Philippe, he's like my favorite out of the group. He brought a whole different element to where he's got that real deep voice. Dope rapper, hits high notes, sings hella good, dances hella good. Who do you think, would you say, like, just from what you saw, who would you kind of
And if you
lean
don't remember
towards?
their name, just describe them. We know.
Yeah, I think maybe the guy that you said, the
last dude?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's dope.
Yeah,
He
it
sounded like
sounded
Pop
like
Smoke
he was
and
like
shit.
he was like wah, 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 wah.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
exactly
his
how
voice
he
is
sounds.
insane. It's crazy. And then Cheadle's favorite is Stel, who's the guy who can hit like crazy falsettos, which is like really high
Oh,
notes.
okay, yeah.
Bye for my
It's
bias.
crazy to see a young
my
Stel
bias, yeah.
too,
It's a great shirt.
because
I'm bi for my bias.
Stel, he's like, to me, he's more of the heartthrob of the group.
Okay.
And he's always got the unbuttoned shirt showing off the swolls and shit. But when they were showing him younger, I was like, you know, he didn't really look the same. He definitely evolved, you know, as he's gotten
he had that
older.
major glow
Because
up.
he seemed like he might have been kind of nerdy or kind of scrawny as he was younger. And then, you know, you get to this certain point where you start getting more attention. You know what I mean? You could see the phases Styles went through.
My bias is Josh. I've always just had a soft spot for him. I don't know. I just think he's great. I had no idea any of that stuff about him, which makes me feel like a bad fan, but I don't know. He's just so like kind-hearted and like just like you can just it exudes off of him, just like kindness and love and peace, and just like, I don't know. I've always gotten that vibe from him, and I always really like his parts in the songs. And his solo music is also like really good. We've seen a couple of his on the channel, and then when we watched
He's dope.
the live stream of the concert, he had some really good songs
I
there
love
as
his solo
well.
shit.
Somebody said that a new album releases on the 30th.
Damn.
I wonder, should
this
we have
month?
like a watch party?
Yes.
Shit, a
might
listen
should have
party.
to.
Little listen
Yeah,
party.
if you guys are down to watch us have a watch party kind of thing,
Watch
definitely
party.
like subscribe
watch.
or like
Watch
this. If you're watching now, whenever we upload it, like go like it so that we know that that's something that you guys would maybe watch. So
And I know a lot of you in the chat probably want to check out episode 2 right now, but I kind of like the build up. I'm one of those guys. I like
You
to
have to
watch
wait.
episodes week by
You
week.
gotta wait for
I'm not
next
really
week.
like a binge watcher kind of guy. So next week we'll do some more reactions. We'll watch episode 2 of Casual Chuck's SB19 docuseries. What's the name of this documentary? Is it titled anything specific or what? It's just the
I think
SB19
SB19
story,
story,
the
yeah.
ultimate soundbreak. Okay, soundbreak. I love that group name too. Now I know exactly what it stands for and what it represents. It has a way bigger meaning to me now.
yeah.
Trying to break them walls down, you know what I mean?
Well, and
Break
it's
down
really
them barriers.
cool just because, like you were saying, Kat, like how much gravitational pull Josh had with this group. Like, he's like an unsung hero. He was like almost like, to liken it to the Wu-Tang, he was like the RZA. Like, he's the one who like brought them all together and like had that vision, you know. And I think, not to say like any of them like Pablo would be the leader, but like I think what makes them so great is that they're all leaders and they're all also like great together. Like, no one's like trying to be the big dog. Like, they all just want to help each other out and hold each other down. And like, that's what really is great about this documentary, and that inspires me as a human and as an artist, because like it makes you want to work harder and, you know, like help your fellow man. Like me and this guy, we've been holding each other down for years, and everybody I make music with, like, we wouldn't, you know, be where we're at. Not that we're on their level, but it also inspires you to know that you can get to that level if you work hard, if you support each other, and you just do whatever it takes, then you will succeed. And like you were saying too, like positivity, like all the stuff Josh went through, you know, I didn't know any of that before I watched this. And like, just, you would think he was like the, you know, like the preppy, like happy-go-lucky kid, but like you don't know what people have been through.
It seemed like that was more Justin's lane, to where he went to college, you know, he got degrees, he brought a whole nother element too, as far as creating videos for them and shit like that.
Like,
so
they all
played a certain part.
They're all so positive and like just, you know, inspiring, and you wouldn't think that any of them would, you know, they could easily be like, just, oh, like screw this, F that, like fuck the world. But no, like they choose to, like I was talking about earlier, the law of attraction, like exude, you know, you get what you give. You got to put that positive sound out there, them vibes. Your vibe attracts your tribe.
There were some dope songs too that the chat left. I'm gonna message you, I'm gonna DM you all these songs.
Okay.
Cause you gotta check it out.
I know.
I want Shay to react to a lot of stuff.
You're gonna like it.
Oh yeah, because I'm the only one who doesn't know
you have
about
to
them
come
like
back.
that.
Well, we're all still finding out. I just barely
like,
found out
this
about
is
them
the
this
first
year.
I've heard about them.
Well, not this year, but within the last
We'll
year.
have more fish sausages next time.
Oh,
yes.
no.
More
Sounds
shrimp
All
crackers.
those right there.
all right.
We need more
All
sweet
right.
stuff next time.
I
for
think
sure.
it's time to wrap it up. It's
Yes.
getting
Yeah,
late.
once
About
again,
that time,
thank
guys.
you, Shay,
We
for
love
coming
you.
through, hanging out
Yes,
with
of
us.
course.
You know what I
Glad
mean?
to
Next
be here.
time, maybe
Thank
you
you
could
for
bring
having
some
me.
more wings for us all. You know what I mean? We could all.
Oh,
They look. So, I could
yeah.
smell them. I was like, man, I want to get.
Yeah, I
What a
can
treat.
cook.
Dig in.
Oh, you made those?
Hell yeah.
Oh shit.
She can't cook bread. Don't let her
I
lie.
hear.
Okay.
Who am I
Okay.
paying in Pueblo to make me some chicken?
Well, thank you guys for watching along with us. I've never seen this before. I'm excited for the next episode. We're gonna watch it probably next week on Wednesday again. So please subscribe and like, and let us know if you want to see us do an album watch party when it comes out. And love you guys. You guys are the best. And
We'll
yeah.
see you next week.
Yeah. Also, too, real quick, let them know where they could find you,
Oh,
like on
yeah.
social medias
Yeah.
and shit. We
Find
got a
me
bunch
on
of people in the chat.
Instagram at Shay Mary Wilson if y'all want to see what I'm up to. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff around Colorado, so if you know me, you know I'll be around. Look, went from Denver to Pueblo today.
All
Let's
over.
go.
And Susie, let
And
them
yeah,
know.
you can find
Talk
me
to 'em.
on Instagram and YouTube. I am posting every day, and that's Do Epic Shit 94.
Do
Go
it.
follow, subscribe.
Yeah, go subscribe. And I always say this, and I'm going to keep saying it forever. Subscribing is free,
It's
and it really
free.
makes our day. And we just appreciate your guys' support so much. So,
Oh,
Deryk,
yeah, for sure.
Guys, we got nominated Best Podcast in Colorado.
right.
Please
Yes.
go vote for us.
Fuck
I'm gonna drop the
yeah.
link right now in the chat. Oh, it's not letting me drop the link in the chat. I'm gonna drop it in
Go
the
vote.
comments right after this video is posted. Go vote for us, please,
There's a
guys.
lot
what
of
page
different-
are we on? We're like on like the.
It's like the
4 or
fifth,
5, depending on your device.
yeah, there's a
exactly.
couple pages. If you go to the link, it's gonna have a bunch of stuff. But we're on like the 5th page.
You could vote for a bunch of random people. Just make sure you vote for Street Champs.
Yes.
Definitely vote for Street Champs. Much
right.
love to y'all, Deryk. You got some new shit coming up, new songs, new music.
So many new songs.
All kinds?
So much. Yeah, we got one.
We're working together.
Me
Let's
and this
go.
guy and my good friend Teasy, we got a new track coming out on 13th, right before Valentine's Day.
Only bands.
Yeah, that one, it's going to be a good one. I can't
Fire.
wait for y'all to hear it. Yeah, I've been working on hella music. Every single day I've been working on music. So I'm out there, I'm putting in my work. So you can follow me if you want to keep up. Starting Wednesday on YouTube, Snapchat. Not Snapchat, it was TikTok. Let's start again. Starting Wednesday on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and all platforms for music. Also Quite Slight if you want to follow that.
And Snapchat.
We also got new music with Vince,
Snapchat.
False
Vince.
Idols,
Yeah, Vincent Jordan, aka False Idols. If you want beats, yo, hit me up.
Fire Beats,
Also, Greenlit Inc.
Greenlit.
We do live shows.
Definitely.
Check
And I'm
it.
Too Fly. Thank you all. Check us out next Wednesday. We'll be here with the Street Champs, with Deryk. Much love, y'all. Good night. Good morning. Goodbye.
Bye.